Welcome to the Insurance Brokers Podcast, Helpful Hints. Here we break down the best, most informative bits of our full-length interviews.
It was probably in the late 80s and early 90s that London witnessed itself a number of fire events, with there being a fire up in Broadgate, and probably the most famous one was the Minster Court development between Mark Lane and Mincing Lane. And I was involved in that when I worked for Bowring. And the ultimate cost of that one claim was about £150 million, which exceeded the entire construction premium payable into the London market for UK construction projects for that year. So you had literally have one claim cost all the premium that the market was having. So once that happened, the insurance market said, well, we're fed up of seeing these big fires and they can wipe us out in no time if this continues. So they got together with a number of other parties and said, look, if for us to continue to be able to give this cover, we need you to take action. And the Joint Code of Practice for the Prevention of Fire on Construction Sites, not the catchiest name, but we call it the JCOP, was born. And that came about and said, like, we're going to risk manage this approach through to improve the insurance of buildings against fire. And I have to say that, frankly, it seemed to work really well. Up until quite recently, I think 2018 had some quite famous fires in the market, with one in London, one in Glasgow, that was actually a repeat of one that happened a few years ago, and one over in Northern Ireland. And those sort of came back, and I think people wanted to refocus on them. But at the same time as those fires were happening, we were seeing a huge increase in the number of water damage incidents. And I think the largest one that I was told about by one particular lead insurer was they paid a £30 million claim where a pipe burst on the upper floors of a building which was undergoing a fitting out project, and that just basically happened on a Friday, and it wasn't even discovered until a site security walked round sometime late on Saturday. And even when that was discovered, the guy didn't know where to run to go and switch off the water that was still cascading down. And it took another few hours to even turn off the water that was coming through at that time. So again, insurers have turned around and said, well, look, okay, it kind of worked quite well last time we did this by putting the joint JCOP in place. So let's attack this from a risk management perspective. And a group called CIREG have come up with some guidance notes around risk managing sort of water throughout the process of construction, particularly during construction. It will have an impact post-construction as well, but the key thing for us and our insurers is how that's handled during construction. So they've developed this new code for sort of water management, and in it asks people to prepare a water management plan and to actually give good thought to how they're going to manage risk. It gives obviously some very good hints as to how that should be done, but it basically asks for that risk management to be contemplated at the earliest stage.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed what you have heard, have any questions or feedback, please leave us a review and we will be sure to get back to you. If you would like further information on how Boston Tullis Group can support your business, or if you would like to join us on an episode, please do not hesitate to contact us.